It's CFN, the Christian Fake News Network, with your special reporter, Tom Osborne. Main reporter, Enosh B. Special news correspondent, Rob Bowen. And now, here they are, your source for news, wherever it's fake and Christian, the Christian Fake News Network. Hello there, and welcome to the Christian Fake News Network. I am Enosh V, your special reporter for this edition. Today's top story: siblings saddled with obscure Old Testament names petition court. This news comes from Richmond, Virginia, where 5 Virginia siblings, Jephthah, Hezekiah, Othniel, Boaz, and Rumah Peterson, petitioned for and received legal name changes, becoming respectively Jason, Tom, Bob, Willie, and Morgan. The children said the obscure Old Testament names given them by their Christian parents had caused enough heartache and teasing to last a lifetime. Getting a summer job was almost impossible because bosses couldn't pronounce my name, said Jephthah, who's 18, now Jason. In the Bible, Jephthah the Gileadite appears in Joshua 10 and 12 and was called a mighty warrior. A mighty warrior, sure, but what kind of name is Jephthah, said Jason. You can't even shorten it. Rumah, who's 15, the Petersons' only girl, was named after Abraham's brother Nahor's concubine. She chose the name Morgan as her new identity. My biggest fear was that people would look it up and find out I was named after someone's mistress, she says, and having the nickname Rumi didn't help. The 3 middle brothers, Hezekiah, Othniel, and Boaz, chose Tom, Bob, and Willie because they're the most normal names we could think of, said Tom, 11. People were constantly asking us if we were Jewish. After the judge granted the request, the boys were beaming. It feels a lot better having a standard American name, says Willie, 9, who was formerly Boaz. You don't feel singled out. I lived a long time with Boaz around my neck. Now maybe the other kids will stop spitting milk at me. Parents Dick and Wanda Peterson were saddened by their children's decision. We scoured the good book, they said, for names of righteous people that time sort of forgot. The symbolism was there for each child, but I understood that they weren't fitting in. More than once, Othie and Zeke came home crying from school. Still, we wish they'd stuck it through. Maybe we should have given them New Testament names, the father and mother said, like Bartholomew or Thaddeus, or maybe even Dorcas. Tom, on to you.
Thanks, Enosh. And now in Mormon news. The producers of the Mormon version of the popular Bachelor television program were dealt a rude surprise when the lead man got down on his knees and proposed to all 6 finalists. I couldn't make up my mind, said Larry Wistall, 29, the Bachelor. I realized they all had good qualities, so I went the polygamy route. 5 of the 6 women said yes, and now say they look forward to moving out to rural Utah, bearing Wistall as many children as physically possible. And in fighting, not a problem, they claim. Me and the other women got to know each other so well, we're already like sisters, said contestant Megan Cook. Wistall plans to build separate houses for each wife and is trusting the state welfare system for provisions. Producers say it's doubtful that they'll recruit for a new show since they lost about $3 million in revenue because of unfulfilled episodes. We were stunned, to say the least, said Cal Gender, head producer. They are considering a new reality series, Life with Larry, to show Wistall's transition from bachelorhood to having 5 wives. Back to you, Enosh.
And now we go to Rob Bowen with our special poll question of the week. Rob?
Thanks, Enosh. And now for the poll question of the week. We asked people all around the globe how they raise their hands, or if they raise their hands in worship. 12% said all the time. I might add that those people were fans of hip-hop and they like to go whoop, whoop. 22% said some of the time, or they just raise their hands halfway. 46% says very rarely, or sometimes they just lift their fingers. 19% said, I hate it when people raise their hands. These people are the ones who sneak behind other people and pull their arms down in the middle of worship. And 1% says, I don't have hands, so how can I raise them? Thank you. Back to you, Tom.
And now, Lifestyles with Tom.
Thank you for that interesting question, Rob. I think that in church I would prefer to do somersaults for Christ. Now, a story from the Christians with Plastic Surgery Network. Pastor's wife has surgery to ensure permanent smile. Debbie Randolph, wife of Don Randolph, pastor of Eagle Creek Presbyterian Church, says she used to spend all week exercising her cheek muscles to prepare for Sunday's Smiling Marathon. That changed Monday when Debbie became the first woman in the country to undergo surgery that puts a fixed smile on her face. The novel procedure means she will never have to worry about whether or not I'm smiling for the duration of Sunday morning. It's my duty to smile, she says. When I'm not projecting that joy of the Lord, I'm letting people down, no matter how crappy I feel. Before, when sheer willpower kept the smile on her face, her cheeks would be too tender to touch by Monday. At other times, people have come to the door during the week and caught her not smiling, to her horror. Now, with a smile firmly in place, Debbie can think about other things. Asked how she conveys other emotions, she said she signals to her husband with hand movements if she's sad or angry. But that isn't often, she said, smiling. And now, back to you, Enosh.
Startling news out of New York today about a new book published called Growing Kids Satan's Way. Out of New York, since debuting in June of 2002, parenting book Growing Kids Satan's Way has become standard reading for many suburban families and quite frankly could influence a generation of children, says industry observers. The book, that is published as a secular alternative to the Christian book Growing Kids God's Way, a successful Christian parenting program, has now sold more than the original. On the contrary, Satan's Way teaches anti-virtues such as lying, cheating, self-promotion, and infidelity. But despite the sometimes irreverent content, non-Christian parents are drawn to the basic principles of self-reliance as well. It basically gives you a roadmap, so you're not just guessing what to do, says Jim Barley, 39, of Raleigh, North Carolina, a father of two who bought the book and went through the accompanying program at a local Unity church. He says the unsavory aspects of the book are just all in good fun, and the general principles helped his daughter to stand up against schoolyard bullies. And we know, Tom, that nothing helps you stand up against schoolyard bullies than the virtues of Satan. HarperCollins, the book's publisher, said that the book is faring well against stiff competition, and lots of parents were employing these techniques already. Don't we know that? But not in a consistent way. Doug Witzler of HarperCollins says this gathers all the ideas in one place and presents them in a logical format. So there you have it. If you want to grow little hellions, pick up Growing Kids Satan's Way. And now live from the Heaven Doppler Center here at CFN, it's Rob Bowen with the Tri-Nether Region County's latest and up-to-date Doppler weather radar.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Today we have the highest technology of Doppler radar ever available. My board, please. Today in hell, it will be hot and scorching with a 100% chance of wailing and gnashing of teeth. In other news, in purgatory, we have a live sky cam available. Let's switch to that now. News in Purgatory. Purgatory will be unpleasant and stormy for all those planning to go out on the Lake of Fire this weekend. Heaven will be cloudy and stormy. Later in the day, we will develop a nasty wintry mix, including freezing of rain and snow. Just kidding. It will be perfect as usual, although we are under a rapture watch until 11 p.m. Angelic Standard Time.